Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports.
Larry first opened in 1995. There's a look inside Everbank Field here in the River City of Jacksonville, Florida. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Throwing on first down is Bortles. And he's got some space here. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
The LA Chargers taking over on offense here in a second. They won 6. Their last 7 in 2017. You mentioned earlier, just missing the playoffs. And, who would have guessed that they would have had a rebound like that? Because they started 0-4.
They really channeled what the 1992 Chargers franchise that started 0-4 and ended up 12-4 and won their division. But they came close. What a valiant run. But they ran into our producer, Ben Ramsauer's Kansas City Chiefs, in Kansas City late in the season. That one loss out of those last 7, that's the one that kept them out of the playoffs.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Single. You're on an island.
From the gun, Rivers. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On second down, here's Bortles. Caught, right side, it's Lewis. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
Now Bortles, and he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down. Now look at the starting unit, and here's to you, Mr. Robinson.
Oh, I like that one. Allen Robinson, I love coming out of Penn State. Everyone kept telling me he's not fast enough, and I kept pointing to the film and saying yes, but he catches everything. He's definitely a threat.
To throw, it's Bortles. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there, taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Jags have taken the early lead. Well, they just put a little sizzle in their steak there. First quarter, 4th and goal, run it in. A boost.
I think they showed confidence in their defense by going for it. That's telling their defense, look, we're counting on you guys, and we know that we believe in you because we go for it here. Even if we don't get it, we get field position on our side, and you'll stop them. Instead, they put it in the end zone and tally up 6 points.
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, If you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed, near the goal line, on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
So that one will be accepted.
Automatic first down.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. Set. Factory 90. Four down.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Well, the person carrying the ball is always the easy target with
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Carr's Raiders going up against McCown's Jets.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Strong right. Down. 180. We got three.
On first down, Carr. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Lorenzo Malden, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Down.
On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. Space to maneuver at the 40. The 40. The 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Marshawn Lynch, 75 yards. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Nice run, man. All right,
So they're going to go for 2.
Watch tight end. Tight right. Here we go. Blue 80. Hey, guys.
From the gun, it's Carr.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Out to kick is Janikowski. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Double tight. Here we go now.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. McCown looking to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
From the gun, it's McCown. Letting one go deep for Anunwa. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Now that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3 and out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So out come the Raiders.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right. Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
It's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
Blitz!
Red zone opportunity.
Here, baby. Your trip is here.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Lorenzo Malden in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Sack dead. Strong left. Strong left.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And he's got his tight end, Cook, in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. Jared Cook, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Oh, yeah, that's the score, baby. That's it, huh?
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion.
Watch tight end.
They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. Oh, it's loose, and the the Raiders have it. Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decided to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Now Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. 3rd and 11, and some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. Throwing his car on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Double tight, double tight.
McCown going to hand this one off to Powell. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you, it's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, 4 down, 4 down. All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
From midfield, here's McCown.
Here we go, D.
Throwing
over the middle, but it's incomplete. Robbie.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Double tight. All right, here we go. 319! 319!
throwing is McCown on 3rd down. And the Raiders have got him. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 22. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Carr gives to Lynch on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York Jets working their way back onto the field. And last year, a 3-2 start, very promising start, but then a 2-9 finish the rest of the way. Now, Todd Bowles, Charles, was given the vote of confidence. He'll be back in 2018.
And I think it's a good vote of confidence and for the right reasons. Remember, before the season, how many times have we joked that everyone we talked to said the Jets would go 0-16?
Yeah.
They were very competitive throughout the year. They played hard for Coach Todd Bowles, so that makes sense. But when you look at their offense, everyone wants to talk about the quarterback position. I don't think there's a spot on the offense that they couldn't improve with draft choices and free agency. So that's an offense that needs total retooling.
Yeah, so with the high draft pick 1st round, it's not a given that they're going quarterback.
Not a given, but if there's one they like, I'm pretty sure they're going to go ahead and take him.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Here's McCown to throw, and that's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Tight end left, tight end left. Here we go now. 3-19.
McCown throwing on 2nd. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Bruce Irvin coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. Now let's go.
Faking the give to Powell. Now McCown. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on to punt for New York. And a fake here, direct snap to the up man. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop.
Watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. Monday, down. Blue 80.
Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. And complete, right side to Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jared Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. They're going to try and run. And he'll get nothing out of that one. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Out to kick is Janikowski. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field.
Want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
Green 39! Green 39! 53, check 53. Target.
They begin with a carry for Powell. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run again. Again, it's Powell. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Dumps off to Powell. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
56. 56. 319. 319. Watch a slap. Watch a slap. All right, now, let's get it. Philly, here we go. Here we go.
On first and 10, here's McCown. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for the squad.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
The final shot before half for McCown. Found his target, it's Anderson. First half in. Larry, go back to the green room, my friend. These guys are ready to go again. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Strong left. Strong left. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
McCown now on first down. Anunu's got it, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here we go now. Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Let's go.
This is the running back, Powell. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
And blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. On 3rd and long, it's McCown. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon. So apparently, neither guy is immune.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Cordero Patterson, 59 yards. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Carr now to throw, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Out to kick is Janikowski. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer
get
this
a little
time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Throwing on first is McCown. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring the...
And he loses the football a second time. And the Raiders pick it up.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On second down, Lynch. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Carr now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jared Cook from 21 yards away. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Touchdown!
So they're going to go for 2.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Again, it's Carr. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. Out to kick is Janikowski.
Crash.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, Larry, after an off-season of questions, football is back here in the East Bay and Oakland, California. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Watch tight end. Three down. Go. You wide, 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on fourth and a yard. Running for it. Here's Lynch. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 4 yards on the pickup. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
What kind of game are we going to have in store for us? I understand the call here if it's the final 2 minutes and you're losing. But this is the opening drive of the game. That is too big a chance for my blood. But give them credit. They got it to pay off.
And this is Cook with the grab. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 6 yards here to go for the offense on second down. From the gun, it's Carr. And he fires one incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On third down, Carr. And he finds Cook. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A Raiders first down. Carr hooking up with Cook.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his third catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. Now the offense lining up first and 10.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
They go play action here on first down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively...
And look out, I think he's going to go. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Marshawn Lynch, 43 yards. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. So they start this game just like they won. Opening drive touchdown, a nice run there to finish it off.
Yeah, that's what we call an explosive run because of the distance. And being able to do that, that puts a little uncertainty in the minds of your opponent.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Out to kick is Janikowski. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And this will not be a good return. He's out of bounds at the 12. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Here comes the Chiefs offense, and they'll officially be in transition mode at the QB position, Charles, come 2018. Alex Smith traded to Washington on January 30th. That opens the door for Patrick Mahomes.
It certainly does, and you know the Chiefs wouldn't have made this move if they weren't extremely high on Patrick Mahomes. They think he's way ahead of schedule, wanted to make sure he had a place to play and a slot to fill. If you're a wide receiver in Kansas City, make sure you stretch and run a lot in the offseason because Patrick Mahomes, he can push the ball downfield.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. On third down, that's Hunt, and he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
They'll try the air now with Smith. And his throw here's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and it's third down. Well, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now it's Smith. And Wilson has it. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Smith going to give this one to Hunt. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Seven yards to go on second down.
Single.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Oh, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Double tight. 4 down.
Smith with a give to Hunt. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
To throw on second down is Smith. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Throwing on third down, Smith.
I know he
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they get the field goal, but part of that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally, when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't. But really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
87's me. 87's me.
Carr now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now Carr, and incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus of the whole.
That's
You got to stay with it.
That's true. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And where did this one go out? Not good. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to say inside the 35-yard line. Back onto the field come the Kansas City Chiefs. As they look back to this last year, disappointment ultimately in how the season. And Charles, no doubt. It was a weird year, though. The great start, the weird middle, and then the strong end.
And every team in the NFL documents their